Hi sweepies, welcome back to another Tuesday, another week, another video. How you doing? I hope you're good, I hope you're good. I have a little bit of a headache, not gonna lie. I'm also filming this very late and I was just like, what do I do for today's video? I have so many ideas of topics that I want to talk about, and as I was scrolling through my little list on my phone of all of my ideas, everybody has one, I found a little note. Trust me, you don't want to go through my notes, they are so random and bizarre. And I think it's a list of quotes from things that I have watched or read in the past. And I was like, I like these. I don't remember where most of these are from, but I like them. And I thought it would just be fun to share them for some like feel-good content, you know? So don't quote me on where they're from. Get it? Quotes, because I really don't know if they are true, and some of them, I don't know if they have typos, but they resonate with me, as they seem to have resonated with Pa Shaaba, because I imagine that's why Pa Shaaba wrote them on a note. Anyway, let's go through some quotes. So the first one that I found seems to be here from somebody called Brown, and it says, TED Talk. So I imagine it's from a TED Talk. Owning our story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. Embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on love and belonging and joy, the experiences that make us the most vulnerable. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. How beautiful is that? I think I should take these quotes and put them into Google, and maybe then Google can tell me where they're from, because that is powerful stuff, my friend. Vulnerability is a superpower. I've said it once, I've said it 10 times, I'm gonna say it 1,000 times more. That is just a beautiful little quote. So thank you, Brown, if you did indeed do a TED Talk. Now I know where this next one's from. It's from Steve Jobs, who I know can be controversial. It's part of the Think Different campaign, and I just remember being like, yes, Steve, yes, which is not something I thought I would ever say. And I know that it's corporate, but it just makes me, as a little oddball, feel a little bit better. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, funny, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward, and while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius, because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. And that is just bloody beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that so freaking cute and inspiring? Doesn't it make you want to be crazy and be like, yeah man, I can change the world, I can be a round peg in a square hole, I prefer circles anyway. Shaaba 2021! Don't quote me on that. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. This next one is truly bizarre, and whilst I don't have a source listed for it, I have a feeling I know where it's from because of the writing style, but I'm gonna let you guess. Assumptions are dangerous things to make, and like all dangerous things to make, bombs for instance, or strawberry shortcake, if you make even the tiniest mistake, you can find yourself in terrible trouble. Making assumptions simply means believing things are a certain way with little or no evidence that shows you are correct, and you can see at once how this can lead to terrible trouble. For instance, one morning you might wake up and make the assumption that your bed was in the same place that it always was, even though you would have no real evidence that this was so. But when you go out of your bed, you might discover that it had floated out to sea, and now you would be in terrible trouble all because of the incorrect assumption that you'd made. You can see that it is better not to make too many assumptions, particularly in the morning. What was that? It sounds to me like a plot of Lemony Snicket somehow. Maybe it's not, maybe I've got that really wrong, or like The Hobbit? This of course goes to say that if you know where any of these quotes are from, please do let me know in the comments below, it's going to be driving me crazy. Here's another one, absolutely no idea where it's from, but isn't it beautiful? Me, I still believe in paradise, but now at least I know it's not some place you can look for because it's not where you go. It's how you feel for a moment in your life when you're a part of something, and if you find that moment, it lasts forever. Forever, forever is a very long time. Pooh. That's another quote from Winnie the Pooh. Forever isn't long at all when I'm with you. But that's not the quote that was on this list. I don't know where this other quote is from, but I think it's so beautiful. The idea that we can find paradise now in like the littlest of things. I wonder what I should do with these quotes. I feel like I should put them on the wall. Maybe that's what I was planning. Maybe Shaaba from the past had planned as like an interior design thing for this new house. That's a terrible idea. Nope, I wouldn't have done that. The next one. Okay. don't hate me here. It's a little bit controversial. It seems to be from Harry Potter, so it must have been from a time before the whole J.K. Rowling thing took place. I also have to point out that my phone corrected the word Dumbledore to Dimbledore, and it brings me so much joy. It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. I think it was a scene where Harry's like, but mate, if I can speak Parseltongue, then that means that I was supposed to be in Slytherin. But Dumbledore's like, yeah, but chill, because you're not like Tom Riddle, because he wanted to be in Slytherin, but you told the Sorting Hat that you didn't want to be in Slytherin. So you're actually not like him, because even though you were like made to be one way, you chose to be another, and now you've like altered that path. And that in my brain, although it was about a fantasy wizard who doesn't exist being in a snake or a lion house, to me was like, whoa. Because, and I don't mean to like get all deep and philosophical about this, I can see why past Shaaba resonated with this, right? Because I have always thought my entire life that I was destined for one thing, to live life in one way. And I wasn't able to change that, but I did. You know, I did. And as you can see, I'm not as eloquent as some of these wonderful quote makers are right here, but I'm happy. So thank you, Harry Potter, for showing me that you can argue with a Sorting Hat, I suppose. The next bullet point that I seem to have on this list is that quote from Rafiki from The Lion King. What does that even mean? I don't know what that could have been. Nobody is gonna hit as hard as life, but it ain't how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. And that's from Rocky. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. But actually, I kind of disagree with that quote. Now I'm really questioning Pa Shaaba's motives, because I don't even think Pa Shaaba would fully agree with that. I mean, yes, to an extent, I agree, perseverance is one thing, but as I said, I think I've said this online before, true strength is not being hit, being knocked down, and being able to stand up again. True strength, to me at least, is being able to remove yourself from the equation where you are no longer being hit. Like, you don't have to take things again and again and be hurt again and again and survive them to be strong. I think that's one of those unlearning moments. We shouldn't be heroizing, is that even a word? We shouldn't be idolizing the ability to just take shit. You know, true strength is being able to walk away and being like, you know what, I don't deserve to be hit. I am too worthy to be hit again and again. So, go do one. And that is Shaaba 2021. You're welcome. And the final quote that I have here, it's actually my favourite quote of all time. Oh, that's a big statement. I need to add another one to the mix. It's from the Lorax. And wise Dr. Zeus says, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is gonna get better. It's not. And it's just so true. And I feel like it's one of those things that like the whole world just needs to listen to at the same time. But that's not what this quote is. This quote that's on my phone is from a book that is quite beautiful. It's called The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and it just resonates with me. I think about this quote so often, and I feel like it gives me a sense of courage. Maybe courage is the wrong word. Conviction. To just be like, do you know what this quote is? This quote is a wise way of saying, fuck it. YOLO. Hear me out. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor, and another fig was E.G., the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Africa and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. And another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest, and as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one, they plopped to the ground at my feet. It's this character, Esther, and in that moment she's thinking about all the potential things that she could possibly be, and just won't be because she is unable to move forward. We gotta move forward. Because life is too short, and the reality is, I bet you each and every one of those figs tastes pretty damn delicious. That was a terrible metaphor for me because I actually don't like figs. But you get my point. So anyway, that was the notes page on my phone. If you're anything like me, you're going to be thinking about these quotes for the next few days and being like, I'm going to do something amazing with my life. Life is going to get in the way and you're probably going to stick that in a box to open up later. And then in a year's time, you'll again say, I'm going to do something amazing with my life, and that's okay. Because maybe that is why past Shaaba left that notes page on my phone. Maybe it was so that I can just look at them occasionally and be like, hey, I'm inspired again. Do you have any quotes that you particularly relate to and love? If so, please do share them. I'm a sucker for a good quote. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it brought you some joy, and I'm gonna love you and leave you for now and see you next week with another video. Alright my loves, until then, Tuesday 7 p.m. Be kind and have a great day. See you later. Bye!